Hey guys, welcome back. Another episode today from the Ultimate EDC. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of my Overbuilt EDC blades. Should be a good one today. But before we get to that, let's check out the blades of the day. Today's folder is the Benchmade Contigo. While I'm not the biggest Benchmade fan, there are a few models that I like, and this is definitely one of them. The Contigo is a cool looking blade, in my opinion. Let me give you guys a close-up of this. It's got CPM M4 steel, and it's got really grippy scales too, and I like this pattern. And then axis lock, we all know, super fidgety, really well done. Good sized blade as well, nice in the hand. Overall length, about 9¼ inches. The blade is about 4, and it actually carries very easy. This is a slim knife. This is one that I think Benchmade really hit the mark on. So there we are. And unfortunately, these are discontinued now. But that's today's folder, the Benchmade Contigo. And then I thought, why don't I pick out a really small fixed blade today? Let me get right back to you. All right, hope this fits the screen here. So today's fixed blade, I chose the TM Hunt M18. Now, this is just an absolute monster of a blade. Let me show you this, guys. One second. All right. I'm sure you guys have seen this on reviews and so on and so forth, but this is a beast. This knife is rocking a 10-inch blade. Let me get a close-up for you there, of 012 steel. All right, let me give you a look at that. It's got a very interesting blade, but it's super, super functional in the field. I mean, look at the size of that thing. The one positive this knife, it's got a big, comfortable handle, and it lets you swing this thing like a small axe. You can chop, you can slice with this blade, you can baton. I mean, whatever you want to throw at this thing, it can handle. And I have a lanyard on here, but I took it off. I've used this quite a bit camping. And you can draw a cut with this blade. You can chop with this portion right here. You can also skin, which I've never done, but you kind of hold it like this. It kind of rests against your arm. I don't know if you guys can see that. And you can skin with it. I mean, I'm sure it's not ideal, but you could do it if needed. It's a pretty thick blade. Get a look at that. And it works well. You can really pound and chop with this blade. And I've used it quite a bit in camping, and it works really well. Nice breaker on the back. I just wrapped it with some grip tape here. But I think this is a really cool knife. I hate to use the term, you know, a one-tool option, but it is really controllable and balanced when you choke up, and you can use it however you want. There's not much you can't do with this bad boy. It is really, really a cool blade. And if you're ever looking for like a really, really versatile type fixed blade, definitely check out TM Hunt M18. And TM Hunt has some smaller blades that kind of mimic the same profile that I think you'd be interested in too if this is what you're looking for. But just an absolute beast. Zombie slayer, right? All right, let me put this away. And put this away. All right, so back to the topic at hand. I wanted to go over, in my opinion, what are my Overbuilt EDC blades. These are the big boys, the pocket tanks, the heavy hitters, the blades that push the limits of, in my opinion, what an EDC can actually be. From custom beasts to some of the production legends we have here. So hopefully you guys like this. So let's check them out. The first blade is going to be the Heater Knives MOW2. Good size, custom handmade blade. Very ergonomic in the hand. I mean, Todd is a great guy to work with if you guys are ever looking for a custom blade. Definitely check him out. He's got a bunch of models. And this is the MOW2. I'll give you a close-up of this. All handmade custom. Very impressive. And I really like finger grooves on scales. You get great lock engagement, smooth action. This cuts very well. It's on bearings. Really nice. This is in CPM 3V. Of course, these are all custom sculpted scales. And this style is the MER blade if you like that. And obviously this is full titanium. So that's one. the Heater Knives MOW2. Next is one of my newest acquisitions. This thing just, it's crazy every time I see it. This is the Old Dominion Knife Works Deva. Just an absolute beast. Wild blade shape, as I showed last week. Handmade, custom written all over this thing. It's crazy. Look at that. So well done. Damascus scales, Damascus backspacer and breaker, Damascus clip, and just an absolute beast. 11¼ inches overall. So cool. It's got that raw vibe, high-end materials, butter smooth action. I mean, it's just so smooth to open. Crazy smooth. You know, not the lightest in the pocket, but you're carrying a high-end blade, period. You know, this knife makes a statement, to say the least, right? I mean, I think we can all agree on that. And this knife, like I said last week, it rivals some of the smoothest actions I've ever felt on a knife. Just butter smooth. Excellently done. Old Dominion Knife Works. And again, we said Damascus blade, Damascus scale and clip. Really cool. Now we're going to go to another one that I really enjoy. Super, super out there design. Task Knives Cybercruiser. Let me show you this one. So this to me is tactical meets sci-fi. Grind lines, excellent. The milling, aggressive. The tip, look at that thing. Pure attitude, right? Deployment is snappy. Lockup is solid as a bank vault. This piece for me is a total standout as well. I mean, there's not much out there that looks like this. You know, this is more than a lunchbox cutter for sure. Again, all handmade custom. Really, really well done. Super, super unique. Let me give you a look at the back there, the spine of the blade. So much detail on this knife. And you get all the description of the blade and everything right there. I think that looks so cool. More sci-fi interpretation to me. And a big blade. These are all really big blades. I'm not going to go over the specs. We'll be here all day. But the majority of these knives are all over 9 inches. They're just monsters. All right, next is one we all know. The Hinderer XM24. The big brother to the XM18. And in my opinion, just an absolute classic in the knife world. Perfect ergos. Clean detent. Excellent action, especially with the tri-way system. And this knife you can pretty much do anything with, in my opinion. When you want a trusted knife, a proven blade, it's hard to go wrong with the Hinderer XM24. And this has the those beautiful, beautiful Mexican serape scales. Look at that. So unique. I really like this blade. In my opinion, easily one of the best balanced overbuilt knives out there. It really is. The Bowie blade. And this is in CPM 20 CV. And you got the battle blue tie lock side scale. Just a great example of a Hinderer XM24. Okay. Next, we'll go to the Skike Custom Knives Rogue Shark. I got a lot of questions on this blade when I showed it. And again, a super beefy blade and a really, really overbuilt folder in my estimation. These are all really big knives. This is an eye catcher for sure. Oversized blade, sweeping lines, killer fit and finish. Let me give you a close-up of this. That beautiful regrind blade from BGM Knives. And our buddy David Barefoot Bruises reblasted those scales. Just such great milling. Super ergonomic in hand. Again, you can tell this is built by someone who really cares about their machining. It's heavy, yeah, but it carries smoother than you think. Great clip, and it has nice contouring, and it's super comfortable in hand. Another beautiful handmade custom knife that unfortunately is not being made any longer. Skike Custom Knives Rogue Shark. And now we're going to go down a little bit of a Medford walk because I'm a huge Medford fan, and they are the definition of overbuilt knives. First, we got the En Belay. This one's really nice. Textbook overbuilt. Thick titanium slabs, thick blade stock. Give you a close-up of those. Really cool. Nice thick blade. Beefy in hand, solid, smooth as glass, hydraulic action. This is in D2. CPM D2, full tie, and like I said, we got those nice textured scales. So Medford, beautiful examples of Overbuilt. They're one of the pioneers for sure. Next we have the Medford TFF1 Fat Daddy. Close up with this one. Again, even more beefy, full tie slabs. Frame lock. This thing is a brick. This is 260 thous of an inch, thick blade. Just a monster. Monster knife. But the TFF1 is super ergonomic. You can choke up and get a great grip. You can hold back for a little bit more extension. Again, the action, look, drop shut. Beautiful, beautiful action. Just beautiful action. Heavy, sure, but very ergonomic and carries great. If you want to, you can EDC this blade, no worries. Medford doesn't get mentioned enough in reference to having really smooth hydraulic action. It's just when you feel it, it is unbelievable. Smooth, slow roll. The Fat Daddy TFF1, man, this thing is just beautiful. And a beast, an absolute beast. All right, now, another Medford, the 187, which is my sweet spot in the lineup for me. This is my favorite design of theirs. It's still thick, still mean, but a little bit more pocketable. I mean, you could EDC this blade easily. I'll give you a close-up of this. Beautifully done. This knife ergos are just unreal. And this is the DPT model, the drop point Tanto. Action, buttery smooth. I mean, you can tell. Signature Medford feel. Look how easy that drops. Super slow roll, beautiful feel to it. This is tumbled S90V, bronze tie, PVD hardware and clip. Just a great, great example. Really nice looking in my opinion. And again, like I said, my favorite Medford model. Okay. Now we have, can't leave Spyderco out of the mix. Some people would say maybe Spyderco doesn't have overbuilt knives, but I disagree. This is the K2 model. And this is a big, big blade. I mean, look at this thing. I think it's almost 11 inches overall. I don't have all the specs in front of me, like I said, but very well done. Big OG blade from Spyderco. Very slim, slicey, lightweight for a big blade. You know, when you need the length on a blade and control, look no further. The K2 can do it. Put this in your pocket and you forget it's even there. It's super lightweight in relation to a lot of these blades out there. You know, and this has CPM 10V, so it holds an edge forever. Obviously full titanium. I mean, this is a big blade, really big blade. And just for a size reference, let me show this next to the Benchmade Contigo. Right? Very, very big blade. Hope that's coming through. It's quite a bit bigger than the Contigo. But in relation to thinness, it's even slimmer. Very slim profile. Very well done. You get the military as well, but to me, this is Spyderco's king here. This is the Sasbo, but I like the K2 model a lot. So that's one from them. Now Microtech. Microtech's got some decent sized blades, but for me, the Amphibian is probably their oversized, overbuilt folder for them right now. Throwback Microtech look. It's definitely got that futuristic twist. Big blade, 4-inch blade, classic lines, and I love the apocalyptic finish. That's my favorite style from Microtech. You get the ram lock. This thing's great, super ergonomic, feels beautiful in hand. You can grip it really tight. I always predominantly use a saber grip, and this is great for me. Feels just like it's natural. Excellent action, excellent fidgetability, if that's what you're into. Just looks perfect. Black G10, and this is M390 MK blade steel. Really well done. All right, now we have another one. One of my favorites, the Trouble Blades Mofo. I think you know what that stands for. This is just a monster. Look at the blade grind on this. And as I mentioned before, this blade was reground by an ex-employee at Medford Knives. It just shows you those guys know what they're doing. Really, really well done. Wide grind. Very nice, pure aggression in a pocket form. It's not subtle. Not super heavy, but definitely not light, but that's not the point. This thing's built for, you know, overbuilt utility, and it looks badass if you ask me. Again, monster blade. Show you this against the amphibian. Look at that. Just massive. And this is in crew wear, and obviously it's just full titanium. And whatever treatment they did for the scales, it feels fantastic. It's grippy, but not sharp in any way, shape, or form. Got a nice breaker there too. And this has got, I don't know if you could, the camera's picking it up. It's kind of a green hue to the blade, to the coated part. Love these knives, unfortunately. Again, discontinued, no longer being made. Custom blade, really cool. Trouble Blades Mofo. Excellent, excellent blade. If you can find one of these, grab it. All right, now we'll continue on. The Spyderco Yo Jumbo. The Yo Jumbo, definitely a martial arts inspired blade, but look at that Wharncliffe, man. It's just massive. Like an oversized box cutter. And these things slice, they cut all the way down. Your blade is not slipping off whatever you're cutting through. Huge cutting surface, perfect control. Surprisingly ergonomic too for such an aggressive design. When you grip that, it fits really nice in the hand if you got bigger hands. Deploys, as you can see, super easily. Compression lock, nothing. Big blade, but a very balanced portfolio in the whole thing. This is an S30V. We got the black DLC blade, and this is full titanium aftermarket scales. Just very well done. Massive fan. One of my best EDCs out there as far as carryability. This thing's really great. It'll do everything you need it to. So we got the Strider SMF, pure Strider attitude, overbuilt, made to be abused, beautiful texture for gloves, or if you got bare hands, you carry this when you want to have some serious cutting tasks, this will do it. And like I said, this is the Ghost Stripe model. Let me give you a close-up of that. Kind of changes when it's in the light. Really cool design. Very, very ergonomic. This design fits in your hand beautifully. This is the Ghost Stripe, again, as we said, spear point blade, and this is in CTS XHP. Gray aluminum, and you got the flamed tie lock side. Beautifully done. Hard to go wrong and not include Strider knives in oversized EDC blades. Just very well done. All right. And now the next one is the Colwell Custom Knife Works MVC. This knife I really connected with. It's actually taken over duties, road trip duties for me from the Microtech SOCOM Elite. That's how much I like this blade. This is the MVC model. I bought this from my buddy Tomas. I never would have been exposed to this blade if he hadn't sent it over to me. So again, thanks Tomas, I appreciate that. This is a massive chisel ground blade. I mean, look at the grind on that. Oh man, it's crazy, right? And if you can see, there's a raven that they engrave in the blade somehow. That's just really cool too. It's got kind of like an acid wash, dark wash to the blade. Really, really wears well. This knife is super sharp, cuts great. It's a liner lock too, which I like. So you can grip this thing really tight. Don't have to worry about it. You're not going to impede the frame lock. Nice breaker on the back there. Sharp. This will do what you need. And micarta scales. These are really, really utilitarian type blades to me. Colwell Customs. I've got 3 of them. I was so lucky. And again, I hate to say this, but unfortunately, the maker is no longer producing blades. So if you can find one, guys, on the secondary, I highly recommend grabbing it. This is an extremely, extremely well done blade. Purpose-driven, right? Okay. Another beautiful example of an overbuilt folder, to say the least. The Grayman Satu, right? This has got to be one of the most overbuilt knives around, period. I mean, wicked blade, thick spine. Let me show you a close-up of this. This is in CPM 20CV. This started its life out as a normal Satu, but then Rival Customs did all the grinding and sculpting on this and the Eno work. This is a really, really cool blade. This knife gets a lot of questions when I bring it out. When I'm with my friends or I show it online, a lot of people ask me about this knife. A lot of offers to buy it. Unfortunately, she's not for sale. But this is a really, really great example. Beautiful stonewash and Grayman knives. They no longer make this model, unfortunately. Again, the Sawtooth has been discontinued, it looks like permanently. So if you can find one on the secondary, I highly suggest you grab it. Very well done. Beautiful action. Just such an excellent example of an overbuilt folder, right? Okay. We have the MaxAce Sandstorm. You know, excellent machining. This had custom milling done to it. Smooth action on bearings. Big, big blade, over 4 inches. Flips like butter. It's got that kind of like that double detent hitch to it. Doesn't bother me at all. Kind of, you know, you got to give it a little swish there. But a big knife, over 10 inches, massive, tall blade profile. Really nice. If you're looking for a big knife at a slightly easier price point to match, this could be what you're looking for. Very cool blade. MaxAce Sandstorm. And again, this is an M390. Custom titanium scales. And the blade was dark washed by our buddy Sawtooth Dave. Really, really cool. Very ergonomic in hand. Super, super comfortable. Really nice example. And then last but not least, how could we do a review of overbuilt knives without including cold steel? And this is obviously the Recon 1, right? Such an excellent example. A proven triad lock, built for toughness. Probably the best value you can get in a hard use folder. You know, this has got the back lock, old school, reliable, just plain fun knife to carry and use. This is one of the pre-GSM models, like I said before. Let me give you a shot of that. And this is in the CTS XHP. Man, I wish they still made it in that steel. Like I said, this is the old school model. Great action, smooth as glass. You see it just drops shut. Very smooth as well. Cold steel. One of the pioneers as well in the overbuilt hard use folders. So hard to not include them. And I love the Recon 1. Great example. I want to try to get all these in camera if I can. I'll try to lay them out here if we can. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I'm going to give it a try just so we can see them all again. All right, let me try here. Not sure if we'll be able to do this or not, but I'll give it a shot. These blades are all extremely well done. All beasts in their own right. You could do no wrong with any of these if you were going to use it as your hard use folder. All excellent, excellent examples. Let me push these down a bit more so you can see them all. Then I can get a decent thumbnail, I guess, from this. That should work. Let's see, get the 187 in there. The Medford, the Spyderco K2. Right, you can see all those. And now I'll put the remainder we have here in the front. I think you can see that, hopefully. Strider. We got the MVC. We got the Grayman Sawtooth. The Sandstorm MaxAce. And last but not least, the Cold Steel Recon 1. So these are some I just picked out as far as what would be some of my overbuilt folding tanks, right? All these knives, super capable. There's not one here that can't perform. These are purpose designed. They are all beefy blades, excellent users. You know, some of these are customs and some are no longer available, unfortunately. I wish they were. But, you know, custom, production, I like them all. I am definitely leaning towards the custom side in my journey right now, my knife journey, but the production knives, I still really appreciate them. They are super utilitarian. They do an excellent job. You know, for me, all these knives, it's surprising how easy you can carry some of these. Even though they're big blades, they all bring that overbuilt confidence, that the blade in your pocket can handle any task at hand. And me, that's what I'm always striving for when I leave the house. If I need something, it'll do whatever I need. So I hope you enjoyed this today, guys. These are just some of the examples I have of my overbuilt folders, okay? So Now for today's movie recommendation. We're going to go old school, but good old action flick, Point Break. Released in 1991, starring Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze, Gary Busey, and Lori Petty. Point Break, we all know, it follows an FBI rookie, Johnny Utah, played by Reeves. He goes undercover to track down a gang of bank robbers. He gets pulled into their world, and these are all kind of adrenaline junkies. Excellent action scenes, way ahead of its time. Vibes, pure 90s, which was my era. Chemistry between Reeves and Swayze makes this whole movie a hit. Even today, this movie still holds up. It's over the top in the best way, and it's a super fun movie to watch. So, guys, if you haven't seen Point Break, it would be kind of unbelievable, but if you haven't, definitely check it out. So, appreciate you guys swinging by. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of this group of blades. Which is your favorite? Which one do you have? Which one would you consider the ultimate overbuilt EDC from this group? Guys, if you enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks. Bye.